special one for you guys. That one's pregnant. See the babies right there? Pregnant shrimp. All right. Well, I just wanted to give a tank update. It's been a while. The tank has been doing amazing. There is shrimp, fish. There's shrimp right now. The only problem I'm having is these the bladder snails are out of control. I've been manually removing them. But there's a bunch of like baby shrimp. You can see the small one right there. They're even smaller. Let's see here on this little tree. No baby shrimps. So this tree, when I bought it, I call it like the Christmas tree plant. I bought it from the store, and this was only half the size. And it grew all the way almost to the top. It's almost coming out of the water. See one of the shrimps up there. A lot of live plants and vegetation. And one of my favorite plants is the Christmas tree, but also this banana plant, aquatic banana plant. Now, see the bottom part there? It looks like bananas, and you just submerge it a little bit. You don't have to fully submerge it. And this one was small. These, anytime you go to the store, anytime I've gone, they're small. And at one point, this just had the stems, and something had like eaten all the leaves. And this thing grew miraculously like this. I mean, I went to the fish store, and a guy said he never seen one this big. Like, it's like giant. Imagine if I had to feed them, it would take over the entire tank. Not only that, if you look at this one stem here in the middle, right here, look at that, look at that, look at that, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way, all the way up, all the way up. Look at that, oh, snap, all the way to the top, all the way to the top, a lily pad. I mean, amazing. So I'm pretty excited about the tank. The plants are flourishing. There's like 2 or 3 baby fish that I've seen too, but they're small and transparent. And this Java moss, the shrimp love the Java moss as well. They hide inside of there. You can actually see like a red one in there, I think. It's a red one in there, shrimp. They like to hide in there, rest, relax. That's another one in there, the yellow one. So these are the shrimp feeding there at the bottom. I think they're called, I forgot, neocardina, something like that. Freshwater fish. And this is another day of me recording, coming back the next day. And you can see that the what I like to call Christmas tree plant is already at the top, maxed out at the top. And if you look earlier, I even think the lily pad grew bigger. Now this tank is a BioCube 32, which I didn't know anything about fish tanks, aquariums, and I just kind of learned recently, and I learned kind of the hard way. And this is probably not the tank I would have got for this setup. It's not really meant for shrimp and small fish like that. But I had to make some modifications and a lot of different stuff. So these fish that you see at the top, these are called RASBORA, neon green. I really like these guys. They hang out a lot towards the top, sometimes the midway point, and they school pretty well. The other ones that I have like to hide, and they're called celestial Daniels. And oh, here's one hiding right there. Let's see if we can see him. He's kind of right there. Celestial Danio. There's supposed to be 5, and at one point I thought I lost them, but I recounted them, and they're there somewhere. They just don't like, these don't want to be out in the open. I think that's a little baby shrimp right there. Little baby shrimp are everywhere. I'm gonna have to check the back of the tank because the small ones tend to get back there. I modified it so the big ones and medium-sized ones can't. And I also got this tank, CO2 tank, but I have a timer that at nighttime, it's still going now, it should be cutting off soon. It's my CO2 for the plants. I think an hour before the lights go off or something, they cuts off. I'm in love with the cocoa. All right, I put 260 grams of sodium bicarb or baking soda and 200 grams of citric acid. Now I have to twist this on. Well, oh no, I gotta add the 300 mLs, 300 mLs of water first, and then I have to twist it on quickly, or else I'm wasting gases and I could mess up the whole process. Now I want to do a try on twist turn. I think I can get it. Hopefully I don't mess it up. So I gotta pour the 300 in there and then put this on quickly. Go. Oh shit. Oh shit. I can feel it. Oh! Oh! What? Oh shit. There we go, there we go. Did I get it? I'm still messing up. Oh my God. This is the worst I've ever done it. Okay, relax, focus. I messed it up. Okay, there. I think we got it. We got it. Oh my God. That was worse than the first time. Oh. And then this is my modifications in the back here. These two things I got from Etsy. These are like custom grills that kind of make it harder for the shrimp to get back there. I also have some filters here. They used to come into the first chamber and I was so obsessed with trying to block the first chamber from them getting in, but the really small ones still get in there. And so I don't really fight it anymore. I have the filters here and I have this custom, I don't know what they call it, tray or chamber thing. This was custom, I got on Amazon. Way better than the original manufacturer. This thing here cleans really well. It's time to change this out. But it filters really strongly. And this is the second chamber, and this is the third chamber. One of the mistakes that I made, you can see one of the shrimp swimming there. When I first got this tank, behind this big plant, there's another grate like this open. I don't really wanna, I just wanna show you guys. You can kind of see it. The phone wants to focus on my watch. You can kind of see it, but right down here, a little bit lower, there is a grate. Let me see if I can, yeah, down there. There's another grate, and I didn't realize that at first. So when I first had this tank, everything was getting in under the shrimps and stuff. So that's why I said I kind of stopped fighting. I mean, though you see I have these filters here. This new filter that I put here is my attempt to hopefully stop the baby fish, shrimp from getting back there, and fish. And so, but I kind of stopped fighting it because honestly, if they get in the first chamber and they want to come back out, that's fine. You see him over there exploring. They like to explore. If they get in there, that's fine. They'll come back out. If not, somehow, I've never seen them caught up on this. Somehow they just end up at the bottom sometimes. There's been a lot less lately of that, and it's mostly just babies, except I saw the one that was a little bit bigger the other day. But I don't really stress it too much. Sometimes maybe, especially the babies, sometimes I'm like, you know what, maybe let them be back there by themselves, away from everybody else. Maybe it's a safer place for them. Maybe they'll feel safer since the bigger ones can't get back there. And there's 3 filters in here. So this one's made for a small tank, this one here, but I like having it at the top. Then there's a regular filtering going on in here, and this filters in here is the media kit, and I forgot what they call it. See, I forgot what this white one's called. This one's really good too to keep the tank clean, and have a media bio thing down there as well. And there's another filter, might be hard to see. You see this line running down from the top? I love these sponge filters, and so do the shrimp. Love it. And right now I don't see why. There's a baby one on it. I don't know if I'll be able to get you guys to see it. Where's he at? Oh, he moved. Kind of hard to see him, but I think that's him at the bottom. Little baby shrimp on there. That filter works really well, and the shrimp like to hang around sometimes and eat it. The other thing the shrimp really love is the Java moss, and you can see that the shrimp molted. They love this Java moss, and the pregnant one was hanging around here too. It just gives them like a place to chill, privacy. Oops. And so that's kind of the tank right now. These plants outside of it too have been doing amazing. I mean, they've been flourishing, they've been growing. The roots to these that I have hanging are like, look how much they've expanded out into the water. This is a 3D printed holder that I bought from the aquarium. And there's just so many plants in here. I like this one too. This one's cute. It's like almost looks like a 4-leaf clover. This one I bought the other day, and this one is attached to the wood. there's a huge plant in the back. But that's how the tank's been doing. It's been doing great. I almost have too many plants in there. And I use, I daily put some, I put this fertilizer for the plants, which is safe for the shrimp and the fishes. I also put a mineral water once a week for the shrimp. Helps them with the vitamins that they need and really pops their colors out and molting and everything else. And I have a shrimp water mix that I mix with the RO water. All the way up top. The little shrimp seem to love the Christmas tree plant. I bought this right before Christmas. I was in the store and I was like, oh my God, I love this plant. It looks so freaking cool. It almost looks like a Christmas tree. And like I said, it was literally like this high. And within a week, 2 or 3 weeks, this thing all the way here. Just so fascinated with it. And how this other plant, the banana plant, that was literally pretty much like dead. I got a little bit of, I gotta clean that off. It was literally like dead. I mean, there was no leaves, it just had the stems. It wasn't really literally dead, but it looked like it was a plant was no good. And look how much it's flourished. Some Jurassic Park type of plant. Thing's just humongous. You won't see it like that in the stores. I've never seen it in the stores like that. And there's even another one coming right there. Another one blossoming. I wonder if he's gonna go all the way to the top. I mean, it's just incredible how this one, little by little, worked its way up. The only problem I could see, thankfully I only have one, is if these things keep growing, these lily pads, if it's gonna start blocking the light going into the tank. These plants have somehow become a problem. I've literally scooped out this 4 times already, and it keeps growing back. And these other little leaves right there keeps growing back. So I scoop them out, I bring them outside to my makeshift little, I have like this huge pot outside that's like a makeshift thing for the snails that I remove from here. So fish tanks are a lot of maintenance. I mean, when I grew up, I remember we just put it in a fish bowl, one of those betta fish, and that was it. And so I have a vacuum as well that I use to try to clean the floor. So like this side is more clean. It needs a little bit of touching up. This side's more clean though. Besides they're eating right now, but all those snails that I'm gonna work on. People have told me I can maybe set food in a trap and then scoop them. I'm trying to chill out on that right now because there's so many baby shrimp and there's like really, really small ones that you can barely see. And there was one time where I scooped up the snails and I noticed I had a baby fish in there. And actually the baby fish went into the makeshift pond that I have. And then I was checking out the makeshift pond and I noticed the baby fish in there. So I scooped them back up, saved them, and put them back in here. So I'm a little hesitant to kind of, right now where there's babies in there, mess around with it too much. And then this side needs, as you can see, the gravel here. I'm gonna have to take the vacuum and sit it up top and suck it up. I usually kind of alternate because when I use the vacuum, it takes out a lot of water. I don't want to change out too much water at one time, So this one was recently done. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I do this side because again, my fear is, what if I suck up little baby shrimp? I want to give them some time to kind of grow. So Maddie's fish tank is doing good. It's looking a little kind of cloudy to me. So at one point there was like too much algae, so I reduced the lights drastically and the water looks so amazing. And then at one point we had a little bacterial bloom is what I think it is, and I read online they just say just leave it. Look at this snail. So yeah, the bacterial bloom went away, and then recently the light's been kind of on more. Maddie likes to see have the light on and stuff. I'm trying to cut it back a little bit. And I also, as you can see, I added a filter to this one too. Got a filter in there. And so these are the Danios that I originally had in my tank. These were being aggressive to the shrimp. I didn't know at first. The lady in the store, I just got to do my own research. It depends what store you go to. Some of these stores you go to, they'll give you the wrong information. A lot of the mom and pop fish place, they know what they're talking about. But even then, some places, they'll be like, oh, it's fine. And you go look it up and you see all these people's experiences of it's actually not okay. So I had to remove them, and I put them in here. I also put mystery snails in here. As you can see the mystery snail on the side. There's 2 mystery snails in here. The other one's hiding behind the little princess thing. And this one has its own filter that it came with, but I also added another one, little sponge one. And in here, there's these Danios. These were aggressive with the shrimp that I used to have. Well, the shrimp that I have in the first tank that I just showed you. And so I had to take him out. And so I gave him to Maddie. So she has little Danios here. Low maintenance, one plant in there. That plant, I tried to put it into the gravel, but wouldn't stay in. Eventually, I'd probably like to substitute that gravel for some actual soil. But a very simple tank. Very simple tank. I'm going to probably try to leave the lights off for a bit. And I need to add some more water in there. And there's a little heater in there too, to keep the temperature within parameters. And yeah, super simple tank. And there's the little sucker fish on the side. I have these too in my tank, but they're hiding and stuff. Hard to kind of find. I don't know if you can even see it. Right there. There's a few of them in there. I think she has a few. I don't know where they're at, but they kind of sometimes are a little bit hard to find. They get into crevices and stuff. Now this is the bedroom tank that I had to replace, and it's doing really good. I forgot what these were called. These pretty ones on the side, Enders or something. I forgot. And there's some Danios in the back, leopard Danios or something. And this one has that. So this is the lily, the banana plant. I mean, the banana plant. That's what when you go to the stores, that's how you see it. I need to kind of reorganize this a little bit. This also has like a really cute bamboo. I wish I could have this in my main tank. It's like a bamboo plant. The top of a part of it has to be outside of the water. So I think my tank is like too big. Unless I find something to sit it on and then have the bamboo on there. Really pretty. So very minimalistic. There's shrimp in here, and there's also, as you can see, snail problem. These snails, they're called bladder snails. I mean, I've thought about getting assassin snails because they say they'll target the bladder snails, but the assassin snails will also target potentially other shrimp. I've heard of stories, if you look on Reddit, that they'll target adults, sometimes even babies. And so I don't want to risk, especially in my tank, I don't want to risk the babies, because my goal is to have the babies grow and the other ones keep having babies eventually, and then just have a bunch of shrimp in there. Let me see where the shrimp is. There's not as many shrimp in here. Where are they at? Oh, are they in there? Oh no. Yeah, there's a shrimp right there. There's a shrimp there. Oh, he molted too. I don't know if you can see. Look at that. There's molted in there. This one looks super sharp and shiny. Earlier this morning, there was a few of them in the submarine. They also like to kind of hide out. Is that another one? They like to hide. They love this wood. This is a really gangster piece of wood. I didn't even see this one. This one's hiding here. I want, like, the goal for this tank is to try to remove a lot of these snails. I like to keep it simplistic, but maybe another plant in there where the shrimp can kind of hide and feel safe. Didn't even see it. There's another one right there. They seem to like this submarine. See, I think they like to have little spots. That's another one. They like to have these little spots. I think this tank needs a little bit more of that. I mean, this tree thing in the middle, this stump wood piece is great. And you can see the reflection. There's another one back there. Another one. That was the one we just looked at earlier. I think they needed just maybe a little bit more coverage and some spots to hide. But this is a really pretty tank. And the back chambers are very simple. This right here blocks shrimp from getting inside. And this is a little filter right here that you take out whenever you're ready to clean it out. Second chamber, not much going on there. All the way at the bottom, that's the bio kit, like the bio media. That's basically, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it too much, but it's like this stuff that collects, I think, biological matter, but it's like good. So eventually it starts to look kind of like dirty, but that's what you want actually. So you keep it there. That's in the second chamber. And then the third chamber is the filter. And I think pretty low maintenance. I ended up adding these in there too. This one has a little bit of this one is more on the yellow side. So I'm gonna add I mean, the more accurate way is to take out the water and measure it, but this one, I haven't added it yet. I made a mixture last night. I put it in my tank. So when I'm done putting this video together, the thing is the water levels are already kind of, it could probably use a little more in the back, but I'm gonna see if I can bump it up, the pH, to get it at a nice level for the fishies and shrimp. Fishies and shrimp. Temperature 72.8, which is good. Low 70s. Can go up to 75, 78, but that's a good temperature. I put a heater in here too, just keep it in the parameters. Oh, hi. Oh no, it's just these bladder things, man. Oh, what a pain in the ass. I guess my final thoughts on my baby tank. I got to figure out this snail thing. I mean, right now I could take a scoop and scoop a lot of them up, but I'd be disturbing the shrimp in there. And another thing I noticed after this editing and kind of putting some of the video together is the Christmas tree. We have one coming up here. We have another one here that's coming, growing. We have the 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know, that are almost like pretty much at the top. The shrimp are loving it. Baby shrimp everywhere. I mean, it's just, wow, look at that. 2 shrimp, or shrimp in the back there. I mean, there's shrimp. I mean, there's been times there's been like 5 or 6, 7 pregnant shrimp. And the other thing is this. Look at this Christmas tree one. Look at the way it's coming. This one's huge. Look at this guy. He's huge. Look at the way this Christmas tree one has veered off all the way to the top there. I'm gonna have to make sure he can get to the top. I didn't know this Christmas tree one was gonna be that big. I mean, look what you got here. Wow. Little babies everywhere.